Erev Tov, everyone. Chodesh Tov. One of the wonders regarding the Meforshim and the fact that Talmud itself is its attitude towards Noah. On the surface, we should judge Noah to be one of the great people, the father of humanity. We should be proud to be descended from Noah. Yet the Jewish people have avoided that. B'nai Noach, the descendants of Noach, those are others. We come from Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak Avinu, Yaakov Avinu, the Shiftei Korah. We're not B'nai Noach. And we see that in the Meforshim, Rashi, the famous Rashi, Yesh Dorshim Shvach, Yesh Omim Lignai. Why should people say Lignai? So there's an idea here that I think is very pertinent for us today in our situation. If we look in the Torah, there really are three Noachs. There's Noach before the flood, there's Noach in the flood, there's Noach after the flood. The Torah does not describe him in the same vein in each of those situations. Before the flood, we had the end of yesterday's parsha, the Noach motzachein b'nei Elohim. Noach finds favor in God's eyes. Noach ish tzadik, tomi moya b'doroso, v'so Elohim istalech Noach. Noach is a righteous person. That's before. Not only that's in relationship to the fact that the rest of the world still exists. So to a certain extent, we would say that Noah is judged on the curve. You know, you used to have teachers that would mark you absolutely. If you got an 80, that was an 80. There were teachers that if 80 was the highest mark in the class, they gave you an A. So this is not the time to discuss educational methods. But Noah was judged on the curve. The rest of the world was 40 and he was 80. Tzaddik tomi moya b'doroso v'so Elokim misalech Noach. And he obeys what God tells him. Build a teva, he builds a teva, he gathers the animals. However, we understand that whole mysterious story. Already in the flood, Noach loses all of his titles. Shiur Oct Noach. As I'll say, that's not anymore. He's tzaddik. He's not anymore Elokim motzachein b'nei Elokim. He's only Noach. He's Mr. Noach. Because now we're judging him on an absolute scale. An 80 is an 80. You can't be valedictorian if you get 80s. And then there's Noach after the flood, after the trauma. after what has happened. And there the Torah says, Vayochel Noach ish ha'adomo. Noach is not even Noach anymore. Vayochel, Rashi says, Nasachulin. He was now profaned. Ish ha'adomo. He's a man of the earth. He opens a tavern, produces wine, alcoholic beverages. He wants to drown his sorrows. And we don't hear anything more from him afterwards. A man, the father of the human race, that, so to speak, weathered the storm, literally disappears. He's not around. And what happens is that the world goes to pot again. Asor doros minoach v'yad Avraham, ad shebo Avraham v'nochal schar kula. The savior of the world is Avraham, not of Noah. The world disappears with Noah. It becomes an Isho Adomo. So to a certain extent, that's a moral challenge to us. It's been a moral challenge to the Jewish people throughout the ages. There's a world before the trauma, before the difficulties. What does the Jewish people look like then? Sometimes it may look good, sometimes it may not look just as good. Certainly in our time, it's no more than an 80. But because everybody else is 60, so we're hot stuff. Then there's the trauma, the flood itself. So we don't know a description of that for us yet. For Noach, it meant that he's only Noach. He lost all of the special qualities that would have made him great. That's our challenge. We don't know how long this thing is going to last. We don't know really anything. And all the experts are just blowing steam. Why should I listen to people that a week ago couldn't see what was going to happen? And now they're telling me what's going to happen. And I'm supposed to believe it yet. And then there will be a Jewish world after this. What will it look like then? Will it be Vayochel? Nasechulin? Will we be Anshe Adama? Will we be interested in producing alcoholic beverages? Is that our response to what has happened? That's the test. It's the challenge, individually and nationally. But how we behave individually shapes how we behave nationally as well. So we have to try and be Ish Tzaddik. Tomi Moyo B'Doroso. So Elohim is Saleh. We have to strive to find Chain B'Nei Elokim. We have to strive to be better in any way that we can. So that during the next few, whatever it is, when we will be so severely tested and in the aftermath, which will also be an enormous test, will be Zolfe not to be B'nai Noach, but to be B'nai Avraham. Rabbi Chananya ben Akashi Omer Rotsa HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakos Yisrael V'Chachir V'Lahem Torah Mitzvot Shenamar. I don't know if I'll take some months to go. I don't know.